The Supplier. Go ahead and fuck with it.
You are now tuned into the basement. Mickey Lynn, J-Way, DJ Key Product, DJ Marcus Moolah, and DJ D-Wiz. Right here on Underground Hitters Radio.
You're tuned in to the basement with the Underground Hitters Radio right now. Let's clap it up right now, people.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, we got the one and only. Man, I'm just let the brother introduce himself right now. Go ahead, bro.
What's up, everybody? My name is Sylence, CEO of Silent Records. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is.
Yes,
One
sir.
of the boss, Silent Records. We in here.
There you go.
We are in here. Man.
There you go. So listen, Silence.
Yes, sir.
Right out the gate, man. How you come up with that name, Silence?
Man, that Silence name, that came when I was 18.
Okay.
When I first actually started really getting into it. The reason why I say silence because I'm a real quiet type of person.
Okay.
My music speak more than my words, you know what I'm saying? I've been quiet ever since, you know what I'm saying, little baby.
Gotcha.
I was always quiet. I was quietest one out of my whole family.
Okay.
So when I started getting to the singing and getting to the music game like that, I love the name silence because it speaks so much, you know what I mean? You ain't really gotta do too much
No doubt.
to make your presence known as far as what's going on with the music and everything. So I let the music speak to itself. But you know, when you come around me, you actually meet me. I'm one of them real quiet type persons in the back. I don't really say too much. I don't really like to say too much. I actually speak louder than the words. You know what I mean? So,
Gotcha.
and then I patented the name Sylence.
Okay.
And Silent Records with a Y.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not an I. It's not S-I-L. It's S-Y-L-E-N-T. Silent Records. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty much just, you know what I mean? Like other than that, that's pretty much where I got it from. You know what I'm saying? I just pretty much did it like that and kept it going.
Okay. So you said you the quiet type. So would you consider yourself introverted?
Yeah, very, very introverted. Very
Gotcha.
introverted. I don't like to say a lot. You know what I mean? Like because you know people talk too much.
Yeah.
And then people be like, all right, man, you doing too much. You know what I'm saying? You over there speaking all this other stuff. But the quiet ones in the building actually making more noise than the loud person in the building. You know what I'm saying? So that's where all that came from.
Gotcha.
And I learned that from years of me going through stuff in the streets and this and that and just being around. Like notice why do I need to say anything? Let me just go ahead and just do what I do. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know,
Right. I feel it.
It's not doing it right now, y'all. I'm sorry.
I feel it.
So let me so when did you start writing?
I've been writing ever since I started music ever since. So everything pretty much started when I was 17, 18.
Okay.
I've been writing. When I write, I don't write spontaneous. Like it takes me a while. I have to learn that beat. That beat has to be a part of me. You know what I mean? I can't grab a beat and just be spontaneous. Bam, bam, bam. No, it's gonna take me 2 or 3 days to actually sit down because that beat has to really talk to my spirit.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's where the songs come out. That's where these songs came out. They came from my spirit. And then what I was dealing with. You know, as far as relationship, as far as just kicking it with my friends, as far as just going through some stuff. As you know, I might get into it with this one person, get into it with that one person. And then I go home and I sit there and the beat just come on and I just write off personal stuff, you know what I'm saying? Just like anybody else, a lot of artists do it, you know, but a lot of artists doing it now is like a lot of freestyling. You know what I'm saying? A lot of freestyling. A lot of, like, people really don't know how to write anymore. Because it's just, I'm off the top of my head, I'm gonna do that. No, I don't do that. I sit down with it. I sit down with it. I'm an artist. You know what I'm saying? I don't consider myself even as a singer. You know, I sing. So, you know, but artistry, I can rap too. You know, you put me in that circle, oh yeah, I give you some heat, you know what I mean? But I'm not like, bam, Johnny on the spot. I got an artist named KG, that's Johnny on the spot. Legitly right now, if you put a beat on, he'll rap for about an hour or two.
Okay.
And it'd be all top of his dome. And I'm like, man, how do you do that? I cannot do that. I don't understand how that happens.
Yeah, there are all these people,
It's dope.
freestylers and writers. They're totally
It's
different.
dope. Yeah,
And I know
start
that's a
writing.
question out of your mouth because you usually ask.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I will ask this though: when you select in production, what type of beats do you look for? Do you like R&B? Do you like trap? Do you like old school hip hop? What type of beats do you like?
All of it. It really has to make me. It really has to make me move. But I do search for irregular type beats. So I don't search for a lot of beats that a lot of people would be doing. I search for a dubstep beat.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? I give my artists. I give my artists tests to see how good they really are. You know what I mean? So I do a whole different thing. I'm like, you know what? Check this dubstep beat out. You know what I'm saying? With bam 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 beats. You know, if you know dubstep, you know how they hip hop. They had a lot of hip hop mixed into a lot of beats, but you know Skrillex. But you know all that is metal.
Yeah.
All that is metal. And then this drop down to a hip hop beat, they put it in. So when an artist see it, they like, man, I ain't never heard nothing like this. I said, that's exactly what I'm doing. So when I pick beats, I definitely pick beats for the artist's sound and to make them grow. You know what I'm saying? I don't want them to stay, my artists ain't gonna stay in the same lane. Because if anything happens, like I'm not no major label or anything, I'm still trying to work on them. You know what I mean? But if any of the major labels see them at a show or anything and they want to sign them, I want to make sure my artist is on point to the point where they ain't got to worry about being in nobody else's studio or whatever beat. They there. They ain't got to be coached. They ain't got to be nothing. So they learning a lot of stuff. So I'm trying to teach them a lot how to be diverse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Very, very diverse. R&B, oh man, you know, I love R&B, but I like more upper dance type of R&B. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of R&B stuff, and then hip hop, trap beats, all that. But it has to be something that's
speaking to you.
yes,
Yeah.
and regular.
And it's gotta have bounce to it.
Yeah, it gotta have bounce to it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
sir.
I gotta ask you this question. All right, so from your very last song that you made to like saying Reese's song to the very first song that you made, name 2 things that you say you improved on since being an artist.
Oh man, this the quality of the sound.
Yeah.
That's definitely one. That's definitely one because I remember when I first started out, and I go back about like 3-4 years ago and hear what I said. What in the world was I doing when I thought I was? You know what I'm saying? So the elevation of the music, and then learning how to become. The second one is learning how to become in a new age, as far as like the rap and the sounds and stuff like that. So I go and listen like a lot of old school because I grew up on old school R&B.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Keith Sweat, Drew Hill, all that Boyz II Men. I grew up on that. H-Town.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? All that. Even Shy. You know, all that stuff. So I grew up and that's what I was singing. You know, but now I'm like, it's that melodized way of singing now.
Yeah.
So I'm learning that. So when I go back and I hear, I got a song called, what is that song? There's so much music I make, y'all. It's a real R&B song that I have. I told you I ain't performed or heard the song in a minute, but it's real R&B old school. And when you hear this new one that I got, Looking Right, you could tell like the ages different. So yeah, it's just I'm growing with the time.
Yeah.
I'm learning how to grow with the time and try to stay in the same lane. Sometimes I want to go back to my old school stuff. So yeah, I definitely make a track that brings back my roots of R&B. So
Right.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So
Try to
speaking
stay.
of R&B, what decade do you think was the best as far as R&B?
90s.
What is it? The
Yeah.
Oh, 90s.
Yeah.
90s?
90s.
You think
Yeah.
90s was the
Yeah, I'm
best?
saying like 90s had it all. 90s had
It-
it all.
it
Now don't
did.
get me wrong, the 50s and the 60s they had their R&B. That's the reason why the 90s is on point. You know what I mean? To be honest, certain R&B it had groups, different type of voices, melodies behind it. You know, back in the day, it was only that one singer and they had a whole band. But now you can do, you know, with times with the music and the quality, not the quality, but the sources they can have, like you can put your vocals in this and that. 50s didn't really have that, so they just had that one sound. You know what I'm saying?
And I think 90s had more of like an R&B sound with a nice bass line. So
Right.
it grouped a little bit of everything together rather than
Everything
just
together.
Yeah.
So I do agree with y'all. I would say 90s is second, but I think the 70s really. The 70s was that transition period because it's like you said, the 50s and 60s they didn't have the technology that like the 80s and 90s did. So the 70s was like that bridge, bridging the old into the new.
Yeah,
but I think with the musical arrangement, I think more of the 90s like is like we're still feeling, but it's still feeling even now. 20 years later, you're still feeling the R&B that has like the nice instrumentals, but with the heavy bass line.
Yeah, that's definitely true. But people are sampling 90s music.
A lot of people sampling a lot of music with producers, especially the producers I get right now. It's crazy.
Right, they sampling 90s music.
But they also sampling 2000s hip hop as well.
Well, that's
early
now.
2000s hip hop.
That's now. They're doing that now. But the thing that sets apart the 70s is you actually have people that play instruments. 90s was like
it was
into the electronics.
It was all electronic. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah,
it's all electronic.
electronics.
Like everything. That's why you can put like 3 or 4 voices behind something and be the same person. They didn't have that back in the day. So you know what I'm saying? That's why I would say the 90s would be better just because of the blend of the music and you be able to do stuff as far as technology wise.
Yeah, it was advanced.
You could tell Jay likes the 70s
music.
We know we can tell.
Definitely.
But so since I was in high school in the 90s, I listened to a lot and I have my own favorite groups. What is your favorite group from or even an artist from the 90s?
Man, so many.
If you have to just pick one.
Because it's like, it's so many, but I mean, it's always going to be like Boys to Men, and it's always going to be, like Silk, Drew Hill, stuff like that. Even, let's go back, Jaheim was one of my favorites.
I love that.
You know what I mean? Jaheim
Remember
is one of the,
D'Angelo,
all that. And then we'd go a little bit into the early 20s, John B, all that. And I used to sing all that, even early 20s when it came to Nate Dogg.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Nate Dogg is one of the most underrated R&B hip hop singers ever.
I would consider him a harmonizer.
He's definitely a harmonizer. That's where all the melodizing really came from.
It came from him, yeah.
From Nate Dogg. If you really actually look back and wasn't nobody doing what he was doing. Then all of a sudden now this new age come out. Now all of a sudden everybody doing like this.
Yeah.
It wasn't nothing. It's nothing
No,
really.
you're right.
It's nothing really like they stomach hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
It wasn't nothing like that.
That's what I'm saying. Like these new cats, they think they doing something like that ain't been done before. It's like it's been done already.
The difference is that they didn't auto-tune like they do now.
But that's true.
Everything is auto-tuned because every rapper wants to sing now.
Yeah.
And so they have to be
Well,
auto-tuned.
T-Pain
Like,
You can blame
T-Pain
Wayne.
T-Pain
T-Pain. You can blame Little
but
Wayne.
T-Pain can sing though.
Yeah, he can sing.
He can
He can
sing.
sing.
Yeah, I know he can actually sing.
But I'm just talking about like everybody's like,
Blame Lil Wayne.
we
for
hear
the,
you. You said it 6 times. We got you. We got you.
Yeah,
Lil
blame
Wayne.
But what I'm saying is like that every rapper wants to be a singer, and it's like not all of y'all can sing.
Right.
And then sometimes they have to auto-tune it so much you can't even understand what they're saying.
Yeah, it's too much of the technology. It's too much of that robotic sound that comes into it. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it because trust me, I auto-tune certain my artists, but it's certain my artists I don't auto-tune because I want to hear that voice. I want to hear, and they like it like that, and that's why I feel like Side Records is trying to bring the hip hop really back as far as real music. You know what I'm saying? I don't like. All this other, we don't talk about crazy mess. Like, yeah, but they can. But, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather, if these things that we're going to be actually putting on streams, let's actually speak on, you know what I'm saying, like people's lives and we can relate to. There's a lot of music right now, you can halfway relate to it, but you can't halfway relate to it because it's too much gang. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's like, I'm not no gangster. I ain't never really lived no life like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's selling.
But that's what's selling.
The gang-ish is selling and sex.
But I feel like the times need to change now. I feel like it needs to go back to real music because we need to be there with everybody. Like everybody needs music for your whole what would you say, your therapeutic life because that's what music was made for.
Well, that's the thing. I'm not gonna say nobody wants to be that change, but they're afraid to be the change.
Because when I tell you we do shows, we don't even fit in with the crowd. Because it's all young cats, it's all what we talking about right now.
Right.
But when I could get up there and I started performing, or my artist started performing, we talking about either life or, you know, certain things to go through. Like I had an artist named Pimp B. You know, he loves to be a pimp. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of his stuff is about pimping, pimping this and pimping that.
That heavy pimping.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to get him out of his element of saying, hey, let's speak on real life. Let's speak on things that you actually been in. Let's open your genre.
Right.
It's okay to be your pimp ways, cool.
Right.
But you need to open your genre now. We get, you know what I'm saying? And he grew up in the same era as I am. You know, we in our late 30s, so it's like this is what we are. You know what I mean? We ain't out here gangbanging. Like, we ain't gonna talk about what we ain't doing, because for what?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's good to have a fantasy, but
I feel like after a certain point, you got to retire from gangbanging.
Man.
You just have to.
yeah, that's the whole movement I'm trying to do with my whole Silent Records, man. I'm just trying to bring it back as far as the real music, as far as we can relate to, as far as the people when they listen to it, it hits home.
We talked about this the other day, though. It's like when you said somebody has to be the change. I think as consumers, we have to be the change. Like, not settle for music that's garbage.
Right.
And not settle just because it has a nice beat and it's not saying anything that's
Right.
going to be music.
Right.
You know, if you want to see change, you enforce change by not streaming that, not buying it, don't complain about it. Do something by not sponsoring it or supporting it.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
support good music.
Support good music.
Right.
Yeah. That's the whole thing. Exactly. That's what it is. Support good music. Know that we here.
Yep.
Like, and we ain't going nowhere. You know, and it's just.
Yeah.
We need the people to hear that. That's what I feel. So.
You gotta tell that to these kids. They don't want to buy it.
Everybody want to live that fantasy. They want to live somebody else's fantasy out the music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're not really listening to the lyrics, and you already know they don't listen to the lyrics that much.
No, they don't.
30 seconds, if the hook ain't catchy, they whatever.
They don't
You know
even
what I
have
mean?
hooks anymore.
It's just
It's just a minute
regular
and a half song of nothingness.
It's just a verse, and that's it.
Yeah, 3 minutes. And that's it. Less than 3 minutes, actually.
We've seen them at like a minute and a half.
I've heard a song that was exactly 1 minute. That's it. One
Yeah,
minute.
yeah.
Now they're making preludes and
Just one
intros.
verse.
It was just one verse, and that was it.
Wow. Didn't even repeat for
No,
anything.
no,
Didn't
it
even
was just
come back
verse.
to even make it make sense. And that.
Verse, that's it. You get a minute. That's it.
But people's attention spans are short these days.
Yeah. Yeah, very short these days. That's why it's
Nah, for real.
I know it is, but you know, we keep dumbing our society down. You know, the less that we try to make things interesting, the less that we try to make them deep, is like we're just dumbing each other down.
Yeah.
To say we have a short attention span, I know that's true, but
Yeah.
it's like we're kind of dumbing ourselves. We can't even listen for more than a minute.
I mean, that's where it has to change.
Say no to drugs.
Because when we had before, we didn't have the streams the way it is like that before. So we had to listen to the whole song, whole album. And if you wanted to hear something, you had to go back.
And you couldn't
had to-
fast forward
You
it.
couldn't fast forward nothing. You had to listen to it, and that's the genre of the music from then to now. So
You want to know something interesting about streaming? Prince was trying to stream music back 20, 30 years ago.
Right.
But the label stopped him. Because he was trying to do that with his music.
Right.
And he was trying to put other artists onto that 30 years ago.
Wow. Yeah, I heard that. I remember his whole story, the Prince story. Yeah, it was crazy. I was
Yep.
like,
So
wow.
we could have
They
been.
wouldn't even.
Yeah.
They wouldn't even let him do it.
No, because like it was like a whole new thing. And so we could have been had it if they would have allowed him to go through with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into this first song, Dynasty. Boy, Sylence right here. Before we get into this, I just want just give people a little flavor of what they gonna get from listening to this.
Yeah.
Little sample.
You want
Give
little
people a little
something.
sample of
So
what
this track right here is called Dynasty. Got Mr. King, King's Entertainment. Shout out to King. Appreciate you being the feature on this track. We got your lyric and Pimp B. So this song is called Dynasty, engineered by Silent Records, produced by Wishmaster. So this Dynasty, y'all check it out. Hope y'all mess it.
What it do when we back? We back live and direct on the basement. Man, we got Sylence in the building, man.
What up? What up? What up?
Like,
You here?
everybody do that. Shh. Go, keep it quiet. Listen, Sylence. How do you handle conflict, man?
Conflict?
Yeah.
I try my best not to go crazy, but I pray. I pray. I just, you know what I'm saying, I keep it with God, because sometimes I'm not that patient and I have issues with a lot of conflict. I don't like conflict, you know what I mean? I
Understand.
Keep it peaceful, and if conflict really ever happen, which it don't too much around us as far as, because we got a, you know, whole familyhood, whole brotherhood that we got. If it does happen, we talk it out. We talk about it, I pray, give it to God and say, you know what I'm saying, I love my family, I love this movement, so I don't want to lose it. But, you know, conflict comes with just, sometimes people just don't understand what be going on. And instead of trying to just listen to it and really peep what's going on, they just want to put their opinions in. It's like, hold on, time out. Like, you got to really sit down and really pay attention, because it ain't got nothing. It's not about you. It's about the whole movement of what we doing. So because if I was like that, shoot, if I felt like that, would nobody be? I'd just be selfish and it'd be just all me. You know what I mean? For what? Like the conflict, we cut that straight, nip that in the butt, leave it alone. I pray on it, let God handle it after that. That's how I, you know what I'm saying, deal with conflict as far as what's going on.
I'm glad you brought up the understanding, because we do have to be understanding of each other's positions. You have a different position than I do, but if we can come to a mutual understanding,
right,
we can get some things in order.
Understand, and that's what it is. Understand what place you in. You got a role, I got a role. You're right. I like how you put that too. Yeah, that's definitely. A lot of people understand that. Hopefully.
So when you're thinking about your music, and I guess your record label in itself, how do you want it to change your community, or what do you want it to say to the community or your listeners, or the people who stream the music?
Just how strong of a unity we are, like how we can grow with each other, like, you know, better than individually. So that's what a lot of things. But I'm making this collab, Silent Records mixtape right now, is because how we are better as a unit than as one. You know, how the songs come out so much sicker than me just doing a whole song by myself, or me just adding one person. It's all kinds of different genres in that one track, and see how united we are. So that's pretty much nipped in the bud, like pretty much what it is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't really, because it's difficult at times. You know what I'm saying? It's very difficult at times to be a CEO of a silent record company that we trying to get off. You know, because they expect a lot. You know what I mean? But I only can do so much, and when everybody understand, like, okay, like we go back to that goes back to the roles that we have. You know what I mean? If everybody understands that, we tear down walls everywhere we go.
Right.
Everywhere we go, because we a unit. They see we think like the way we is, and we together. Ain't no issues, and everybody know they role and what they. We unstoppable.
Right.
But we got to get to that point.
Exactly.
We got to get to that point. Let's keep it 1,000. We got to get to that point. If we don't get to that point, then we ain't gonna go nowhere but in the basement. So
oh man!
Shout out to the basement.
Shout out to the basement.
We want to go further than that. You know what I mean? Shout out to the basement, underground Hittas in this bad boy. But yeah. So that's what that is.
That's what I'm talking.
Keys.
Man, so what was the inspiration behind the last song?
Oh, the Dynasty. Oh man, Dynasty. 96 Wolves. Come on now, it's the Dynasty. You know what I mean? We gotta get that Chicago Bulls. You know what I'm saying? It's the Dynasty. That's
I'm gonna go ahead and put my mic
And they winning right now. They beating the Cavaliers right now. So hey.
That up.
We had to bring that back.
Greatest dynasty.
That was the greatest dynasty. And I feel
Greatest
like
ever.
exactly. And I feel like that's exactly what my team is coming to right now. Is that we gonna be the greatest dynasty.
Oh God.
Yeah, once Reinsdorf sell the team, then
Come on, man. Oh.
Reinsdorf sell the team.
I mean, I was like, people, let's go stream his music, and then he said, the Bulls.
He's speaking facts. He's speaking facts.
You know, I'm Chicago bred. You know what I'm saying? We all came out here. Just start living in Indiana out in Gary right now. Don't mean I'm from Indiana. You know
I'm
what
a
I'm saying? I'm from the
Houstonian,
suburbs.
so you know.
Okay, I'm from the suburbs, the south side of Chicago. You know what I'm saying?
So,
Cayman City, dog.
I think about the Rockies, you know. With,
Oh, you
When
from
was the last time they?
Oh Lord.
Wait, hold on.
I thought she was gonna say something better than the Rockets.
You said you from Dalton?
Yeah, it's been a while.
I'm from
okay, so yeah, so that's silence. Okay.
Yeah, with the Carolina Symphony.
Okay.
Yeah, my brother was Dirksen.
Okay.
Yeah, so all around
This
there,
man
you know,
here.
I left Cayman City, let's see, when I was 13.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I'm an old man now, you know what I mean?
I'm
So
about to
I've been out here
say,
for,
I'm
been out in Indiana for a very, very long time, at least about 15, 20 years. So,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? Established out there. A lot of stuff that happened in Chicago, I had to go ahead and make a move, and I, you know, stay with my mother. I did try to come back to Chicago because I love my city, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to come back, but mom was like, you know, there's too much things going on, so come back home to Indiana. Like I left, I think I went back when I was 14, Chicago, and then I left Chicago and came back to Indiana at 16. So when I was 16, 17, I came back to Indiana. So been out here ever since, so about 20 some years. So pretty much Midwest bound, you know, that's how I call it. I ain't from, you know what I mean, Midwest. We all over the place.
Now y'all know how I feel about the Midwest. It's like I'm trapped.
Oh yeah.
This is the black hole. You can't get out once you're in it. You're like stuck.
Shout out to the Midwest.
I promise they cut your Achilles tendons when you get here, so you can't run.
It's something, and I've thought about that too. Like times I sit there, like, man, it's like a black hole. Hey, like,
see,
good Lord, like you can't even want to go. Like you want to leave, but then you don't want to leave. It's
Ain't
crazy.
no place like it though.
Ain't no place like the Midwest
Really?
though.
I'm glad you said that,
I'm
bro.
glad you said that.
There is no place like the Midwest.
go south.
But tell them.
You got tornadoes. You can live in Virginia for 6
Texas.
years.
Well, we don't.
Tornadoes, hurricanes.
We have hurricanes, but we have there's tornadoes in Indiana.
Yeah, and down south, like south, like
Yeah.
southern Indiana.
But
like
There's
over there.
tornadoes
It's
in
something everywhere.
Indiana.
Earthquake in Cali. It's hurricanes down south. It's
Yeah.
tornadoes and.
Hurricanes down south.
There
Now,
is.
earthquakes can happen
Houston
anywhere.
got, we
You stay in
got hit
Virginia.
so many
The
times
Gulf
in
is-
Houston.
You stay in
Right, the
Virginia.
Gulf
You
is
stay in
right
Virginia
there.
like a
Yeah, we
Virginia.
get
I'm
hit
not saying that like
all
I
the
don't believe
time.
y'all.
But all I'm saying is, you know,
Earthquakes can happen
sunny
anywhere.
skies and warm weather would
Mother
make a
Nature say I
difference.
do what I want.
There
Whenever
you
she
go.
feel like doing it, she gonna do it. You gotta
California
figure
is
it
ripping
out.
Where
apart.
did you want to pick it up?
So, John, what up?
Slowly but surely.
Will we put it down? You know.
Just stop.
Big brother John, what's up? What's
All
up,
right, let's
John?
go ahead. We can
Yeah.
get into this next song right here. We got that glow.
Oh man.
Yeah, got that glow.
Is that from The Last Dragon?
You already know. You didn't already called it. You already
Show
called
enough.
it.
Ha!
You know what I'm saying? Like that's a lot of things. Like
Am I the
that's exactly what inspired me. The
Am
beat
I
and
the
everything
prettiest?
inspired me from Bruce Leroy. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Bruce
That little Last Dragon. The reason I chose like one of this tracks, Got That Glow, is just because my team we got that glow. We do things that ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying, trying to do things that don't nobody ever seen before. You know what I'm saying? They ain't never seen no black, you know, Bruce Lee out there. You know what I'm saying? It would never happen again. That was in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? So I did this. I picked this beat up. It was produced by Mickey Mons. You know what I'm saying?
Shout
Shout out Mickey Bonds.
Yeah,
Said
Mons.
Mickey
Mons.
Bonds.
It's Mons.
Oh,
So
Mons.
it MONTZ.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's an inspiring beat. I did this one of them beats I grabbed on YouTube, and they are inspiring. Cause I go when I grab beats from YouTube, which I told my artists we don't do anymore, but this is one of the ones I did grab. See, I lease these. You know what I'm saying? So I lease a lot of tracks that I get from these cats. So I grab them, go ahead, boom, boom, go ahead and lease this track. So I have to, if I put on streams, you know, I have to shout out the producers and all that other stuff. So. Yeah, this one got that glow, man. This is this one. It has what is it? It's Pimp B, KG, and my brother Cliffo. A lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? We do together. So yeah, it got that glow, man. I hope y'all liking this one. This is gonna be definitely different.
Yeah, that's cold.
Got that
That's
glow.
cold.
I had to.
That's cold.
So
That brought up some memories right there, man.
Yes,
That was my
sir.
favorite. That's my
Yeah,
favorite.
man. Go back to the '80s. Let's bring it back.
Yeah, so,
Everybody forgot about Bruce Leroy.
Man, you can't forget about that's a classic movie,
Classic, man. You can't forget about no
that's a
Bruce
classic
Leroy.
right there. That's a
Yes,
classic
sir.
right there. I had to play that in the Shogun of Harlem right there.
Yeah.
Yup.
What up,
They
Banner
was holding
Banner?
him the whole time. I feel like Show Enough could have handled Bruce Leroy a little bit.
Get out of here.
He
man.
had hands.
Get
though.
out of here.
He had
Get out of
hands,
here.
bro.
Stop.
I smell
Stop
cat.
it.
Come
Stop.
on,
I smell
now.
cat.
Right
Come
there.
on now,
Stop.
man.
I smell
Oh,
cat.
Ow.
You just stick to board out.
Hold on,
Stick to that.
nah. Show Enough had hands. Cause he Show Enough had hands.
And
Show
lost.
enough.
And
Show
lost.
enough got beat at the end.
At the
Cause they
end.
was holding him.
Who was holding him?
They was holding him. You wanna know who was holding him?
Yeah, so we
You
in the
know
building.
who's holding
We
him?
in the building of silence.
Let's go.
It must be these new. It must be these new sunglasses
Right.
getting you aggressive up in
Them
here.
just check that
Cause
shit.
you getting a little aggressive up in
Yeah.
here.
The hat might be too tight.
Stimmy got you
Hey,
stimulated.
you gonna need
Yep.
a ride home.
That stimulus has him stimulated.
You gonna need a ride home.
It's I won't, so I'm gonna keep
No, I'm
talking.
talking
T-shirt
about
too
this.
tight,
Wait
glasses
on
too
that.
There
big.
you go.
Stimulus got your pockets feeling fat.
Oh, no,
Hey,
she
pockets
did.
are back.
Stimulate.
You
I-
all
I-
stim
extra
you
stimulated.
I really am. My pockets
Wow.
are fat. Thank you. for
Right,
that.
all
That's
right.
a compliment.
I mean, and it's because of your thighs, not your pockets.
No, I don't.
You wanna know something? You wanna know something? Welcome back. We on the basement right now. Silence right in the building.
Oh, I love you, child. Let's go talk about love you. I love it. I feel at home right now.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
we take off. I
Yeah.
have to bring us back to earth for real though. But hey, I hope y'all appreciate that song right there.
Nah, I got that glow.
Glow.
That glow.
How you just
That's
gonna
real.
cut us off
Hope y'all
like that?
appreciate that song.
We were on the glow up, and you
You
just
always be doing that. You trying to block some people's blessings.
Black blessings.
You blocking
yeah.
blessings.
What you talking about? Y'all
Because
talking about
he wanted
stimulus checks.
he just wanted to talk about his thick thighs.
First of all, the only thighs is
Oh, shoot.
never
I
mind.
don't know what's going on right now.
Never mind. I'll let you have them. Never mind.
Got me over here coughing and stuff. You got me
Never
over here
mind.
laughing.
I'll let you have them.
I love it. Love it.
Oh man.
Come on, I ain't gonna touch that one.
Yo, Silence in the building right now,
What's
man.
up?
Yes,
What's up, man?
silence.
What's
What's
up?
I gotta ask you some questions, bro.
What's up, brother?
Man, so with the pandemic, really not being that much of a problem for us who have the hustle mentality, how did you go about your 2020? Because we was all on lockdown and people had to find a way to get their hustle on. How did you go about your 2020 with being on lockdown?
Oh man, I'm gonna be honest. It was. We had actually conversation about this. Like me and my brother had conversations about this. Crazy, but it actually helped us
Right.
to get in tune with what we want for the next year. It
Right.
actually helped us a whole lot. I got a lot of my engineering right. I was able to go back and do things that I didn't have time to do with the pandemic and everything. It brought that, you know what I
Right.
mean? Brought my elevation out, to be honest. So yeah, it hurt a lot of people, but I feel like it helped us a lot to be unified. And I actually Side of Rex company actually got more unified with the pandemic because, we stayed at home, we worked on what we had to do, wasn't doing no shows, wasn't doing anything, just really sitting down, perfecting our crafts.
Right.
So it helped a lot would be to get our movement together. If it wasn't really naturally for the pandemic, to be honest, I wouldn't even have the streams that's going on.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like it took that to actually sit down and okay, so we got this year to sit down and really collect ourselves.
Right.
Next year it's time to go. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna take this time that we have, gather ourselves, let's get ourselves together as a company, as a unit, boom boom, and now we can start doing stuff. So it helped a whole lot, man. Like it sucked. You know what I mean? It was horrible.
Yeah.
Because the world just kind of shut down, but it didn't shut us down from uniting more. Like it made it better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how I'm looking at this pandemic. Period. Point blank. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much it in a nutshell with that one.
Okay. Jay, talk to him, man.
Hey, so actually, Silence, question for you, brother.
You know?
Keys, get your mic to you.
Slide him.
Yeah.
Magic, that's right, Jay Slade.
Slide him.
Magic.
ask him.
Question for, okay. So listen,
What
what would
he
you,
said? Just
Like, okay,
get him.
you trying to be like Jay.
Yeah.
But I think like his persona and the way he carries himself, like just like outside of music, it's like I see a lot of similarities with myself, how I carry myself. So I try to kind of stay away from that as far as like trying to even rap like him. But my rapping style, 36 years old, so like now, like to me, music is just therapeutic. You know, like he said earlier, anything that I'm going through in life,
Right.
like, you know, I feel more comfortable with if I put it on a song.
Yeah.
It's like a weight lifted off my shoulders, and I'm able to just continue. You know, like it's a burden like that moves away from me. You know, like you said, when we do a lot of shows, me personally, I don't feel like I fit in with the crowd that's there because I'm more like, you know, I feel like I'm more lyrical and throwing double entendres out there and things like that. And it's not really the same.
Artists, listen up and pay attention.
Now listen.
Are you trying to get radio play but your local FM station ain't trying to hear it? We know how it is. Check it out. Hit that undergroundhitters.com. Click the submit music button. Email us your tracks and let us do the rest.
Yeah.
We got access to put artists in the game and not on the sidelines. It's Underground Hitters Radio, the indie artist American dream.
I love 5 years to be on TikTok. I love, man, that'd be great, but I would have to actually get into my 19-year-old, 20-year-old state and actually do something like that.
Yeah, because
You know what I
we
mean?
grew up in rap where it was almost like sitting around telling stories. When you listen to it, it was like somebody's, page out of their journal. Yeah. And now it's just like, what can I two-step to?
It's just, you can make anything. And then you can just make anything. You can say anything now. Like, it doesn't have to really make sense, but our music gonna make sense. And regardless of anyone don't like it or anything like that, that's fine. Everybody got their own opinions. Mm-hmm. But I definitely want to bring my music out to get the older crowd and get the real hip hop heads. Oh, okay, yeah, they got something going on over there. I understand what they're saying. Okay, I can relate. And then guess what? We got artists that's in the 20s. Don't get it twisted. Mm-hmm. We definitely got the genre. It just would be, when I do stuff, it might be, a little bit. But I got an artist, KAG, right now that he got a song called Devil's Work on YouTube right now that right in the era of what's going on to everything. Right. The Rock, the female artist I got, female artist that I have, Rock, she's right in the middle of, she has bars. Yeah. You actually sit and understand what she's saying, but in the same sense, her generation is 20-something. Right. So they can relate to it, but she has bars and she speaks on things. You like, whoa. So you a lot elevated. You more of an old soul than what your age group is. That's what I like, because we want to bring that real hip hop back, that real spoken word stuff. Like that's what that Cliff, like he said, he can do it a cappella, cut the beat. That boy spoken word. You know what I'm saying? And that's the kind of places that we need to be. The places that we are right now. It's a lot of young cats. They out there doing gang, very easy, which is cool. We respect it all day. But that's not what Silent Records is trying to be on. We're trying to get our own. Yeah, we're trying to get our own little lane and bring pretty much real hip hop back in the day hip hop back. So, in a nutshell.
Well, if you weren't doing music, what would you be doing now? If you weren't doing music,
I'll be a business owner. I'd definitely be a business owner. I do have a bachelor's in business management right now, so I definitely want to own my own business somewhere. If I wasn't doing music, I would really just be, trying to. I finished school, so I'd really be trying to do marketing. Anything relate to business in a company. I'd be in a suit and tie with a briefcase. You understand? Like that's really, if this music stuff don't pop out and everything don't work, I'ma always have my studio. I'ma always make music. It's never gonna die. But I do have a backup plan if it don't. I can definitely work at any of these places, manage places and stuff like that. So pretty much that's what I'd be doing if I wasn't doing music. I'd be behind with a suit and tie somewhere on the desk.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, let's go ahead and get into this last song right now. Go ahead and tell the people what this is right here, this last song.
All right, so this last one is called Looking Right. This is one of my singles. I do have a small album out right now. I ain't push it. It's still in the making, but it's Looking Right. It was produced by one of my brothers. Since 2018, I got this beat. My brother JQ Product. Shouts out to JQ the Product. But yeah, this all me right here. So this Silence single called Looking Right. Got a couple more. You can check me on YouTube. But That's pretty much it.
Okay, let's go ahead and get into it.
Listen, Silence. This is not a music related question. This is like a life related question.
Okay.
What is the one thing that every black father should teach their black sons?
Okay. Just the patience of having and just like being able to understand as black men we're gonna have it harder than a lot of people with different races. It's because of a lot of things that have been going on. So I would like to teach my sons to be able to stand on their own 2 feet, never be dependent on no one, to be able to hold their own, move how they need to move. You don't depend on you to be strong in your sense and learn how to bite your tongue at times. Learn how to bite your tongue at times, because sometimes all that talking, all that is gonna get you in worse trouble than what you already in. And I try to, because they killing us for the fun, and they waiting. That's how half these cops are scary anyway. So they already waiting for a reason. So when you don't give them a reason, you confuse them. So I would just want to teach my sons how to get older, just to construct themselves in these streets and learn how to respect women, period, point blank, no matter what it is.
Absolutely.
You know, I understand we get mad and get frustrated at them, but learn how to, that's another bite your tongue situation. You know what I mean? But, and just be respectful to all people, no matter what race and what color it is and how background. You put everybody that, we all equal, period, point blank. So that's pretty much in a nutshell that I want to teach my sons as they get older. So
those are good lessons, because we were taught them, like don't talk back to officers, just be patient, be understanding. So you said you had a lady. This is what that last song was inspired by. Are y'all married?
No, we're not married yet.
So, how soon is that coming?
Well,
I'm just throwing a passport. I'm throwing a passport.
Right. Don't let them press you.
That's definitely fresh.
It's the same as the
That was definitely fresh.
Yes. It's the same situation.
Look, I'm throwing a pass for baby who's on the line.
Well, we
don't do that. That's a trap question. That's a trap.
Right. It's all right. It's a trap. I can answer it though. You know what I'm saying?
He wrote a song about her. It is not it's not a trap.
I'm in love with her. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have no shame in my game about, being on here telling how much I love her. But other than that, we have been talking about it. It's going to be another couple, years. We've been together for almost 3 years, about 2.5 years right now. You know what I'm saying? So, it takes time. Like, you can't rush this. You know what I mean? If I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with you, like, I really need to. we gotta understand, because it's so many ups and downs we're gonna go through.
But you're gonna go through them anyway. So you might as well.
Married or not married.
So you might as well just take this wedding ring, girl. TMH High Chief, right? Take this wedding ring, girl, and go ahead and do it. Yeah, that song. That's a good song.
It is a good song. Shout out to High Chief.
You know what I'm saying?
So go ahead.
I understand where you come from.
I want to make sure.
Right.
It's definitely gonna happen.
But
definitely gonna happen. But it's just like I want to. That's a very hard, because I'm spiritual. I put everything into God. Like. And in the day, if God wants me to be here, we done been through some ups and downs that we be sitting back looking like, are we supposed to? But we always seem to come back.
That's confirmation.
I don't. That's the spiritual. That's why I say a lot of things I put to God, and if I'm still here, it's a reason.
Yeah.
It's a reason why. It's the reason why she supports me the way she. It's the reason why she knows what I'm going through. So it's a reason why it is, and I think that's godly favor.
And I could just be a vessel. I could just be a vessel. God, like.
we gonna say nigga is the vessel.
I'm just the vessel. I'm just the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger.
Man.
Hallelujah.
What if he gets in trouble when he go home?
Get in trouble about what?
I was gonna say, if we get in trouble about going home, then I don't think we need to do it.
First of all, get in trouble.
Right. That's right.
Hey, that's live. Like,
plead the fifth.
Like straight up.
It's not court, but plead the fifth. It's not court, but plead the fifth.
I'm just saying, like, what if that's not the answer that she was seeking?
she's still there supporting him. If she didn't want to be with him, she wouldn't be with him. Going through all these things. So you can't say like, what if she doesn't want to be married?
She
Well,
be at every show. She at every
what
show
if she didn't
bored
want
in the
that?
mug at every show bored, but she's still sitting right there.
Right, like so.
But
She
I
obviously
understand.
wants a life. She obviously wants a life with this man.
No, yeah, no doubt.
Y'all
I'm saying,
funny
like,
as
what
hell.
if she's like,
Y'all
she's
funny as
smashed,
hell.
she embarrassed things to happen
Y'all
right
funny
now.
as hell.
But here's the thing, like, you know, it'll happen.
And these
when it
just
happens.
hypotheticals. These just
I mean, it happened when it happens, but you know, I just was throwing it out there, giving the girl like a Hail Mary. That's all. Just throwing it way out there.
Right. Now she my supporter. She actually is one of the managers. She's actually manages the Silent Records. So a lot of things that goes on into Silent Records. She be down in the booth. She be down in the basement with us.
That's what's
You know what I'm saying? She be, you know what I'm saying, intertwined with everybody. So
she's a true ride or die.
yeah.
But put the mic down because you was talking about what if she don't want it. So let's just put this right here.
This is hypothetical.
Let's just let me turn it off too.
If something wrong, we straight have a meeting upstairs. If something wrong, she sit me down and have a meeting. Like, no, I'm not feeling what's going on with that. No, I think they should do this. She'd be down there with the artist and like, what did you just say? Did you not take that off of another artist, another mainstream artist line? Nope, you got to switch that. She listens to music, you know. And if I didn't have that, I'd have let it go.
And y'all building an empire together.
Empire together. And actually, shout out to her because her and her sister just got an LLC for McKinney's Touch. So just let y'all know.
Yeah. Support black business.
It's gonna be dope. They got a restaurant, beauty salon, everything.
They need to come in for an interview too.
Right. Hey, get them in for an interview.
I got you, definitely, baby. So,
or some commercials.
Right.
Let's go ahead and get some commercials on board.
Somebody start promoting their stuff. So I'm actually glad we brought this up because that made me actually say what that happened. So ain't nothing wrong with what was just brought up.
A vessel. No. See, a vessel, people.
You just never know.
Okay, we give you that.
She just said I love you. She said I love you. Thank you, baby. So
we love you too, girl. What's her name?
What up, Andrea?
We love you too, Andrea.
Shout out to Andrea.
Yeah.
Doing big things at Side.
Yeah, shout out to Andrea.
Yeah, we having this whole business. Yeah.
Black love.
Black love. You already know.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
But what legacy do you want to leave for your kids?
Oh man, the legacy is just, you know what I'm saying? Just that, man, the legacy for my sons and the kids go back to just know like their dad did something. You know what I mean? I'm just not out here just, you know, being in vain. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, just out
in any old kind of way. Yeah,
being selfish, what it is, because the movement is the generation is gonna keep this going. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna teach them a lot of stuff that's going on. They're a little bit young right now. My oldest is 14. He's gonna be 14 June 3rd. So you know what I'm
day
saying?
Before me.
Yeah.
Day before me.
So he, you know, so I'm trying to teach him a lot of stuff. Cliff O's son is actually a drummer, and that boy 5 years old. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of this music stuff. So I definitely want to make the legacy just like look at what we did in the time span of our lives, and then y'all can capitalize on it and take it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why we building these businesses for our kids to have. And a lot of black people don't do that. We forgot to do that, y'all.
Like passing a boomerang.
Yeah.
I mean a baton.
Passing a boomerang. Passing a baton. You know what I'm saying? To the next generation.
To the dynasty. Yeah,
to the dynasty
going,
that we building right now. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the things.
It's gonna come back. Okay.
Yeah, that's one of the things. So
we throwing it out for it to come back.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like you threw that hand sanitizer. It's not coming back.
To it, like, you know what I'm saying? Out of all the mix of things that's going on, Dad did something, and I'm proud of my dad because I've been through some mess. You know what I'm saying? And for me to try to establish at 38, I say I don't care. At 38 years old, I wish I would have did this 10, 15 years ago, then I'd be more established, but I was going through a lot of life-changing situations, you know what I'm saying? So for me to have a focus now, I'm very proud of what's going on.
Right, and it's never too late.
Yeah.
It's never too late.
Yeah,
As long as you're here and breathing,
I got it.
You got
I got it in my soul, and it's still there, still pumping in my blood. So you know what I mean.
Hey, there you go. There you go.
And so we done talked about everything we could talk about.
Yeah.
We almost to like 5 minutes left into the show, man. So I just want you to give out any shout outs that you want to, since you also are on live.
All right. Well,
My shout outs is, first one, you know what I'm saying? Andrea, appreciate you, love you, baby. Shout outs to the whole camp. Silent Records, man, I appreciate y'all. From Rock to Pimp B, aka Brandon Strange, y'all definitely can hit him up on Facebook. We got Roxy Unique, that was Rock I was just saying about. That's Roxy Unique on Facebook. We got KG, another artist that I got, that's Anthony Brown on Facebook. Y'all make sure y'all get in tune with them. We got Clifford O'Neal, just to let you know on Facebook if y'all want to follow that. Me, Silence Hope. And shout out to just the Underground Hittas for having us here. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, this the first time I ever did an interview like this about my music and about the growing of Silent Records. So I am so appreciative for y'all to just have us in this building right now and asking the questions, judge y'all answering, playing the music, and just a blessing. This is just a whole blessing. Shout out to everybody, my family. You know who you are. I don't need to be saying no names. And shout out for the one and only that made all this happen. G.O.D. God, you know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much all my shout out to my son, to my family, all my kids all around. You know what I'm saying? I got 7 of them. I love y'all to death. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
What's your Instagram handle for them to follow you? Instagram, Facebook for yourself. Okay,
my Instagram is Sylence_83.
Right.
And on YouTube, y'all, it's Silent Records. SYLENT. You can check out all our tracks on there. And I wanted to do another one before we get up out of here, is that Dynasty is on all platforms, Spotify, Apple Music. I need y'all to go ahead, download that, get back at me, let me know, you know what I'm saying, what you think about it. And that's pretty much it.
Y'all go stream that.
So please go stream that. Please go stream that for me, you know what I'm saying. That's our first single that we have for 2021 on Spotify right now. So that was the first one. So yeah, appreciate it.
And I just realized you have this Silent Records hat on. You had a whole Silent Record hat on.
Yeah.
And one thing that I'm rocking with is that everybody rocks their own brand.
Yes.
For real. And hold on.
Right here, right?
Do I got it? Oh.
I got it.
I still got my brand for show. I
always rock my own
shirt on
for show.
Oh, keys too.
Prototype. I got the prototype.
Keys.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Shout out to Mula. That's my brand.
Shout out to get some shirts done, because I'm gonna need some Silent Record shirts done. You know what I'm saying, for stuff like that. So
come shop with us.
Oh, we in
shop
house.
with us.
Yeah,
come shop with us.
Got you, man. I'm so grateful.
Yo, so definitely big ups to you on all your success, even your artist right here. That's a humble brother over there. A silent assassin.
That's actually executive voice. I did want to say that. Cliffo is actually executive voice of Silent Records.
Okay.
So a lot of things that, you know what I'm saying, I go to him, and he makes everything perfect. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because like sometimes it'd be so much, it'd be too much, and then him on the outside looking in, he could tell me things that I don't see. So you know what I'm saying? Love, brother. I love you, man. Shout out to Cliffo, y'all.
Okay, Cliffo, sit over here. Silent.
Because when we threw the mic at him, he was ready.
He was ready. You always got to be ready.
Yes.
Ready. We do have one more.
Yeah.
All right, one more for real. Y'all need to go check out on YouTube, like I said on my page. Cliffo and Pimp B have a song called "Married to the Money," and the video is streaming on our YouTube page right now. So y'all go ahead and check that out. "Married to the Money." I remember Cliff said he ain't doing no videos, and he killed this video. You understand?
Okay.
Yeah, man, he was doing videos for his whole life. You know what I'm saying? So
it's cool. We got one or two.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He went in and did his thing with it and acted perfect, you know what I'm saying? So give it up for Cliffo. Make sure y'all check out that Married to the Money off YouTube.
Okay. Man, so like I said, big ups to Silent Records and the whole team. Big ups to you, Silent, for all your success and your growth over these years. And I'm just going ahead and give it to the whole team, to just give out our shout outs and social media. First off, I'm just going first real quick. It's your boy DJ D Wiz. Make sure y'all follow me on my Instagram at DJ_D_WHIZZ. Again, that is DJ_D_WHIZZ. All lowercase, because we keep it low key here on the basement with Underground Hittas Radio.
Yes, sir. Instagram at the Honorable J-Way, Facebook J-Way.
On Instagram, you can follow me at I am Nikki Lynn, and remember, Lynn is spelled Lin. And don't forget to follow that Underground Hitters Instagram as well. And then, follow us on Hitters Radio on Twitter.
You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DJ Key Product, and go like me on Facebook, DJ Key Product. Yes.
You gonna give it a shout about our apps?
Oh yeah, download the free Hittas Radio app if you got an Android phone.
The 3 people who do.
We're not gonna get into the Android. But for all the iPhone users, download that free simple radio app and search Underground Hitters Radio.
I want Jay to say his handle again because he talked that whole time.
Yeah,
his mic was off.
That's because I cut my mic off.
I told you it was off. I looked at you and said it was off.
It was actually on.
You can follow J-Way at the Honorable J-Way on Instagram.
Yeah,
there you go.
Right.
And Nikki, we got a new name. We got a new name for you. So
Nikki Blend.
No.
I'm DJing soon.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
DJ.
Yes.
Yeah. DJ
I am
Nikki Blend.
Nikki Blend.
The majestic DJ.
The
Majestic.
Majestic.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Don't try to steal my name.
I ain't about to steal that.
Bro.
Okay, y'all. It's the Hitters with the basement now. We finna sign off. It's your boy DJ D Wiz.
I'm J-Way.
Ugh. I am Nikki Lynn.
Man.
That's so funny. Yeah, they have the ball up there.
And I am DJ Key Product, the Honorable DJ Key Product.
Where does that come from?
That means it's special, man. Until then, we'll see y'all next time, bro. We go.
We out.
Let's go, man.
Think this is a casino or something?
Silence, we appreciate you, man.
You got the hottest radio station playing on your stereo right now. For all the latest and exclusive content, hit that undergroundhitters.com. That's undergroundhitters.com. We got it all for the low, homie.